Hi, K-pop lovers. Welcome back to our channel. Before anything else, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, do it right now, hit the like button, and drop a comment below telling me which habit of Chiquita surprised you the most. Seriously, your support means everything and it literally takes 2 seconds. Okay, now let's get into it. Imagine this. It's early morning somewhere in Seoul. The other babymonster members are already up, probably getting ready, eating breakfast, running through schedules. And then there's one member, the youngest one, the magne, still completely knocked out in bed, surrounded by a bedroom that looks like a rainbow exploded inside it, with not one, not two, but multiple alarms going off and being completely, shamelessly ignored. That member is Chiquita. And that right there is just the beginning of what makes her one of the most uniquely chaotic, wildly endearing, and genuinely fascinating personalities in the entire 5th generation of K-pop. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to see Chiquita in a completely different light. Let's start with the sleep situation, because honestly it deserves its own documentary. Chiquita is, by every account, a certified night owl. This is not just a casual preference, this is a lifestyle. She stays up late, she guards her sleep fiercely, and when morning comes, she does not go gently. According to none other than her fellow member Ahayan, Chiquita sets an almost alarming number of alarms just to get herself out of bed. Not one backup alarm. Not two. Multiple. Because apparently one alarm, or even two, simply cannot compete with the gravitational pull of Chiquita's sleep. She is consistently the last member to wake up in the dorm, and at this point the other members have probably just accepted it as a fundamental law of nature. The sun rises, the birds sing, and Chiquita remains horizontal. What makes this even funnier is the contrast, because the moment she steps on a stage, she becomes this electric, commanding performer with energy that fills the entire room. But before that stage, multiple alarms, people. Multiple alarms. Now here's one that genuinely catches people off guard the first time they hear it. Chiquita plays the flugelhorn. If you just said, "the what?" out loud, you are not alone. The flugelhorn is a brass instrument. Think of it as a softer, rounder, more mellow cousin of the trumpet. It's the kind of instrument you'd expect to find in a jazz ensemble or a classical orchestra, not in the hands of a K-pop magne. But Chiquita has been learning it since she was 6 years old. 6. That means while most 6-year-olds were drawing stick figures and refusing to eat vegetables, Chiquita was learning one of the most niche and underrated brass instruments in existence. And she didn't just dabble, she has been playing it for years. This one detail alone tells you so much about who she is as a person. She was never ordinary, not even as a small child. She gravitated toward things that were unexpected, things that required discipline, things that most people her age would never even consider. The flugelhorn habit isn't just a fun quirk, it's a window into exactly the kind of person Chiquita was long before any of us knew her name. But wait, because we're not done with her childhood hobbies. In 2014, and this one comes from her mother's own Instagram, so it's as verified as it gets, Chiquita was learning taekwondo. A brass instrument and a martial art. Before she was even a teenager. Her parents, who had no professional background in entertainment, were still somehow raising a child who was simultaneously developing discipline through martial arts and artistry through music. It's almost too much. And when you combine this with the fact that she later became a vocal prodigy in Thailand's underground music scene before YG ever found her, a picture starts to form of someone who has always been quietly, intensely building herself into something exceptional, one unexpected habit at a time. Okay, now let's talk about the random twerking. Because yes, that is a real thing, and yes, it is exactly as chaotic and hilarious as it sounds. Chiquita has a well-documented habit of breaking into twerking at completely random, unpredictable moments. Not during performances, not during choreography practice, just randomly. Backstage, during downtime, in the middle of conversations, in moments that have nothing to do with dancing whatsoever. Her members have witnessed it. Fans have caught glimpses of it in behind-the-scenes footage. It has become one of those signature Chiquita things that her fanbase, the monstiez, absolutely adore. And it perfectly captures the energy she carries off stage, completely free, unbothered, full of movement, full of life. While the stage version of Chiquita is precise and commanding, the offstage version is apparently just out here twerking whenever the mood strikes. And honestly, that balance is everything. Now here's one that is quietly one of the most thoughtful habits on this entire list. Chiquita keeps a journal, but not just any journal. She writes it in English, specifically to improve her vocabulary and to capture memorable moments from her life. Think about what that says about her. She is Thai, she lives in Korea, she performs and communicates in multiple languages, and on top of all of that, she has made the deliberate personal choice to document her experiences in a third language as a form of self-improvement. She is not just passively living her idle life, she is actively, intentionally recording it, reflecting on it, and using the act of writing as a tool for growth. For someone who is still a teenager, this level of self-awareness is extraordinary. Most people don't start journaling with that kind of intention until much later in life, if ever. Chiquita has been doing it as a habit, quietly, without making it a big public statement, because that's just who she is. She does things with purpose, even the personal things nobody sees. And then there's the hair accessories. Oh, the hair accessories. Chiquita has a genuine, passionate, ongoing love affair with collecting headbands, clips, beanies, turbans, and every variation of quirky hair accessory you can imagine. She shows up to backstage events, casual outings, and behind-the-scenes moments almost always sporting something new and unexpected on her head. Fans have started to look forward to it. What's Kani wearing on her hair today? It has become a whole thing. And it perfectly matches the aesthetic of her personal space, because remember, her bedroom is a full rainbow explosion. Every bright color, every bold pattern, every unexpected combination, that is Chiquita's personal style in a nutshell. She doesn't do subtle. She doesn't do generic. Even in her most casual, off-duty moments, she is visually expressing something distinctly and unapologetically herself. And finally, the food. We cannot close this video without talking about the smoked quail eggs. Chiquita is not casually fond of smoked quail eggs. She is obsessed. Reportedly, the moment you mention this dish around her, her eyes immediately light up in a way that is completely involuntary and absolutely impossible to hide. It is her ultimate comfort food, her weakness, her one true love in edible form. In the world of K-pop, where idols are often asked about their favorite foods and give perfectly safe, universally appealing answers, Chiquita being passionately, visibly devoted to smoked quail eggs is genuinely refreshing. It is so specific, so personal, and so completely her own. Nobody coached her into loving smoked quail eggs. That is just Chiquita, unfiltered. And that's really the thread that connects all of these habits, isn't it? Whether it's the multiple alarms that can't wake her up, the flugelhorn she's been playing since she was 6, the taekwondo phase, the random twerking, the English journal, the hair accessory collection, or the very specific and very passionate love of smoked quail eggs, every single one of these things is completely, authentically her. There is no performance in any of it. This is just who Ruracha Fondachafafat is when the cameras aren't rolling, when the stage lights are off, when she's just being herself inside a rainbow-colored bedroom with 3 alarms going off that she is absolutely not getting up for. That's the Chiquita most fans see on stage and admire, but this is the Chiquita behind it all. And honestly, she might be even more interesting off the stage than on it. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you are a real one and I genuinely love you for it. Please like this video right now. It helps more people discover this content and it takes literally 1 second. Leave a comment below telling me which habit surprised you the most. I'm genuinely curious, so let's talk in the comments. Share this video with every single monstiez you know, because they deserve to know all of this. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell notification, because there is so much more Chiquita content coming, and you do not want to miss a single video. Annyeong!